See, when you practice for long enough, when you meditate for long enough, insights start to become sort of a natural process, both within the meditation and out, because you become more observant and less reactive. And one of the things I have observed is that nothing externally to you can disturb your meditation. So, like when you first meditate, there's a lot of things you may need, like comfortability of your physical body, nice environment, maybe sort of motivation. And I consider motivation for a lot of people external. And so one of these things are gone, meditation seems like it's more difficult. All right, you need to be in an ashram, you need to be in a forest, you need to be in a quiet room. But truthfully, when you meditate long enough, you realize that the disturbances don't come from outside, they come from in. And you'll notice this because inherently, the only thing that's getting disturbed is your mind and the ability to deal with those things. Because now you're internally, you're inside your mind, so you're kind of just there. But even when you start to get used to the sounds, when the sounds no longer bother you, there'll be things that will still disrupt your meditation, but they'll all come from internal triggers. Which kind of means that this whole time, the only thing that was ever getting you out of meditation or stopping you from meditating was the mind that needs to be meditated. You know, the thing that meditation helps is the very sixth thing that's is always trying to stop the meditation. But then you start to take this into life and you realize that the only thing that is actually being disturbed, that the disturbance actually itself is within you, right? These things are actually internal. They may be triggered outside, but they only exist internally. And the funny thing is that they can start to loosen that. You can start to have that less. And so you can apply it. So if you understand it's just your mind, it's just your mind not wanting to sit, so it finds a ways in. Then you can start to detach from it, to ignore it. And then you can say, well, then if your mind is annoyed by this situation, this doesn't mean that you don't do anything in the situation, but what it means is you can detach from your mind's annoyance, irritation, frustration, depression, sense of rejection, fear, right? You start applying this set of things that, okay, this thing that exists within me. So it's something I have to deal with. And when situations come that trigger it, it becomes sort of a game now. Now, instead of trying to avoid situations that cause you mad, try to avoid situations that cause you discomfort, try to avoid situations that cause you fear, you're actually ready to accept them because now you get to see where your mind's at. You actually get to test the level of your mind. Because that's what it comes down to is where the mind is, you could say, injured and where you need to apply medicine.